Hello and welcome to Pro Trader Strategies Market Commentary for October the 10th. My name's Eric Wilkinson. Some of you may recognize me as the Wolfman from CNBC, Fox Business, or even the Wall Street Journal, where I've commented on everything from economic to geopolitical and market analysis. Please keep in mind that everything that we talk about in these daily market commentaries is not a solicitation to buy or sell any of these securities or strategies. At the end of the day, we're here to teach you some different strategies that you can implement into your own portfolios, but please do that in your own way. The reason why I can't give you a recommendation on a particular stock or strategy is because I don't know your risk parameters. I don't know what's in your portfolios, and therefore what I'm doing could be counterintuitive to what you are already doing. Having that out of the way, let's get this on. Today is a pretty quiet day. It is a bank holiday. It's Columbus Day, so not probably going to see a whole lot of volume, especially in the financial sector for the most part. It's just going to be a little bit of a slow day for the most part. When the banks are closed, that's when volumes really have a tendency to dry up a little. Anyway, on to crude oil. Crude oil pushing higher up into the 50s back again, trading at $51.23, up $1.50 for the most part. And it has managed to get above this value area high. So I talked about this before. The target would be $51.60 if it could get above that. And we are sure enough rallying quite dramatically. As a matter of fact, we're only up $1.50, but it was trading. It opened this morning right here at around $49.50. So quite a big move for the most part to the upside here in crude oil. As you can see here, 49.57 is the opening. Then on to gold. Gold finding some ground here where it's been having a bit of a big sell-off. Still below that 200-day moving average, which is going to be the key line in the sand for them to get back above, but it's looking pretty bearish for the most part for gold. On to the bonds. Bonds giving up quite a bit today, over a point to the downside, trading at 163.25 and gotten below the 50% Fibonacci level. This was acting and really holding as a strong support right here at the 164 handle. So that has been given up. The bears in full control there. On to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It is up over 120 points. The Nasdaq, as you noticed, it was the Nasdaq has made new highs. Here's the chart for the Nasdaq, up 37 points and not looking back. Just low volume, not a whole lot to hold it back. As you can see, this is the volume so far for today, and the averages are way above that. So we could see just no resistance on this just because of the lack of volume to the upside. E-mini S&P is up 14 points on the day, still stuck in this range. The overall market just really trending sideways. When you have the 9-day and the 50-day lockstep with one another, it is a pretty sideways trend. Then on to the E-mini S&P. This is the breakdown on the 15-minute chart. You can see overnight we just started rallying, never looked back. There's no economic data coming out today, so there's nothing to hold it back from rallying for the most part. A couple of trades I'm looking at doing. Bed Bath & Beyond, which is ticker symbol BBBY. I'm looking to put on a poor man's covered put in here. I haven't gotten hit. There's just not a whole lot of volume in there. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at the May, the May 55 puts and the November 40 puts. So that's going to be looking at my poor man's covered put. I'm getting the long duration puts at the 55 level and then selling some 40 puts against that to try and increase my break even a little bit on that and create a defined risk strategy there. So I'm looking for BBBY to come off a little bit and trade towards that point of control for the most part. The other trade that I've done, and I forgot to pull up a chart for that, but TLT is something I'm looking at I did for the Poor Man's Covered Call webinar. So I was looking for this to start pushing higher. I've got nothing but downward spiral in that. So I decided to roll my short calls down and out in time, collect a little bit more credit, increase my break even a little bit on that. So originally I had on the March 125 calls that I'm long, and I was short the October 138.5 calls. So I rolled those 138.5 calls out to the November and rolled them down to the 135 calls, collected another $1.17 for that whole strategy. So trying to reduce that basis and lower my overall layout, and that increases my probability of profit, even though I'm narrowing that spread just a little bit, but it's still looking pretty good for that. Anyway, that's about all I got for you guys today. Not a whole lot going on, like I said, trying to find some trades, but with the lack of volume, it makes it a lot more difficult. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a great Columbus Day and extended weekend for most of you. And if you can't take that, take it easy.